There's not much I can say. Obviously, they were very, very good. If you tell us we're going to get 83 points and have 5 guys in double figures, you'd feel pretty good about yourself. And you'd never, we're not the best defensively that we've been, but we're pretty good. And we had no answers tonight with them. Again, I told our guys after, learn from the best. They're the best right now. They play together. They share the ball. They move the ball. They all have advanced their games. Obaji's improvement over his time, Christian's improvement, Jalen's improvement, McCormick's improvement. Each one has gotten better and better. And, it's ironic, too. I think it's very similar to the game at our place in that we made everything in the first half and they struggled, but we just couldn't sustain it and find a way to get them in the second half where, this time they made everything in the first half and you thought we were, down 10 and they made every shot. You maybe feel like at halftime we can kind of turn it around, but it didn't stop. We couldn't stop the bleeding and, they got going and Obaji's really good. He made a couple that I don't know if Mike McGurl, he got kicked a couple times. They said he fouled him once and he still made him. So very, very good player. He's, struggled a little bit after COVID, but he was pretty special tonight.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start with questions. Kellis, you want to go ahead?
So Bruce, off the top of your head, how were they getting so many open shots tonight?
They just moved the ball really well. And I told the players after, I said, do you hear Coach Self? He just keeps saying, move it, move it. And they get it side to side. And even good defenses will break down. And that's the secret to basketball, that if you move the defense and make it, and they got so many weapons. And it was a night they were all clicking. It's just and they miss a couple of those. Maybe they don't feel in that groove and that magic level, and but we could just never get them to miss. So it's and then their bench really hurt us, and their bench is not, especially scoring, has not been one of their stellar parts of their team. And the bench gets, I think, 31. Lightfoot has maybe a career high. The Lance jumped up and made shots. They were just clicking. We obviously, if we're going to have any chance to do anything down the stretch, we got to be better defensively.
And Mike mentioned afterward that he thought the guys needed to play with a little bit more pride in the last couple of games. Is that a talking point afterward?
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry, Kels.
I said Mike pointed out that he wanted the guys to play with a little bit more pride moving forward. Was that a talking point after the game?
Yeah, that was all of us. The effort. It's got to. It's not like we didn't play hard or something. But if you're going to beat that kind of team, you got to have a little more pride, especially on the defensive end. Today it wasn't the rebounds that beat us. Obviously, they just made shots, so there weren't many rebounds to have.
All right, thanks, Bruce.
Next question's for Coach. Go ahead, Tim.
Bruce, this was Marquise's first night, first time playing in Allen Fieldhouse. How'd you feel like he handled himself? Obviously, 20 points. He had a couple air balls there, but overall, how'd you think he handled himself?
Well, obviously Marquise has made a lot of improvement since the start of the season. I just think sometimes, and I've said it to him since he came this summer, he just sometimes carries it too far. And let simple basketball do your work. I don't, they made some tough shots today, but they play simple basketball and play off each other. 23, 24 assists. Obviously, you get assists when you make shots, but and that's the thing. That's my only thing with him. Be happy with simple, good basketball. You don't have to keep doing other things. You get 20 points and you have 8 assists, but the 5 turnovers, that's just too many if you're going to have a chance. And the turnovers led to transition. not only his, but we had too many of them, and scores led to transition. They got it out quick. They pushed it up, and we just weren't ready to combat that. But, I mean, our guards are good. They couldn't stop us either, to be honest. It's just they, just too much to deal with tonight with all of them playing at that level.
It seemed like going into halftime, you guys had kind of weathered a storm. What was kind of the message coming out of half?
Obviously we have to stop them. And we talked about this similar to the game at our place where we had them by whatever, 15 or so at halftime. And they were, you're going to fight back, get back in the game. They're going to miss, but obviously they didn't miss. They kept it going. But that was the message. We're still there. I thought there was a couple key times in the first half where we cut it to, maybe 5 or 6, and it looked like we had a momentum, and within 2 possessions, they jump it back into double digits. And I thought that was probably the key parts of the game where, if we're going to have a chance to keep it, we're there, not playing free and loose. We had to put a little pressure on him. We just never could.
Next question to Arnie. Arnie, you can go ahead.
I think you're muted, Arnie.
I swear I hit unmute. Sorry. You talked about after the first KU game was pretty devastating, just the way you lost it. Is it sometimes easier to bounce back from one like this?
Yeah, I don't, it's still, you hope that they have some pride now. They want to come back. Obviously that one was hard to deal with because we thought we outplayed them for pretty much most of the game. We just didn't win it at the end. Some things didn't go our way. We didn't make the shots, the plays. They made some shots, free throws. We never got to the free throw line. And, it hurt. I hope they take this right and they come back with some pride. We didn't have a great practice yesterday. It's probably maybe the worst and maybe since I got back from COVID in January. And they've been so good in practice and it was not very good. We got to have better. They got off tomorrow. We got to have better practice on Thursday and good preparation, for Iowa State on Saturday.
This team has been pretty resilient. Do you feel like they're gonna be able to put this behind them? And
I just told Stan and Wyatt that they've been unbelievable how they've come back, and usually players are more resilient than the fans and the coaches and the media. I hope they're going to come back. I hope they want it. They've had great pride. They've worked their asses off to give themselves a chance to fight through so many things. And we've come too far to stop. And I hope that's what they feel.
thanks.
Yep.
Next question to Michael.
Peppers, is Nigel Pack getting the kind of shots you want to see him get?
Well, at halftime, I think what was he from 3 for 5? People are locking into him. Other guys are going to have to make plays. They're not going to give them the same plays we ran in the first half of the season when they scout you. They take them away. So now our big emphasis was keep playing basketball, and we're going to have to help him by other guys getting shots. Obviously, the shot to his leg, really hampered him a little bit. But he's got to play make for other guys also when they do a good job of getting into him. I thought he rushed a couple in the first half. I said something to him, let the game, don't let them hurry you up. He's been so good. You can't continue the pace he was going at, but I hopefully we can get him back and he can get a hot streak here down the stretch.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question to Ryan.
Hey, Coach, can you pinpoint why tonight's outcome was so drastically different from the first time you guys met early in the season?
I didn't hear the first part. I heard the
Could
the
you
first
pinpoint
time.
why tonight's outcome was so much different from the first time?
They played really well. They're playing well at home. We played unbelievable in the first half against them, and they're good. They're in first place. They're one of the best teams in the country. You tell me we're getting 83 and we got 5 guys in double figures, 9 steals, win the rebound battle. You feel pretty good, but obviously they're the ones that have a easy victory at the end.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Next question to Grant.
Hey, Coach. Sorry if it went over my head, but what exactly went wrong in practice yesterday?
They just didn't practice well. They weren't cut in like we need to be, like I said, they've been unbelievable in practice. Great leadership, and yesterday there was just a couple guys that were not quite where they needed to be. And that I just told her, I challenged Marquise, I challenged Nigel, I challenged the older guys, Mike. We can't have that again. You got to hold people accountable, and have good practice, especially down the stretch. We didn't do anything on Sunday, just shot and walked through. And, I know it's late in the year and we played some, 2 overtime games. We played some hellacious minutes. And I know practice is hard, but, this is it. It's going to be gone. It's going to be over soon. So your focus has got to be there as we move into this next stretch.
And I don't know if it's possible, but have you guys discussed possibly getting one more non-con game in before the season?
Yes, we have. We're looking into it, to be honest. I don't know where we fit it in. Do you let it affect your preparation for the games coming up? We're going to have some good fortune go our way to be able to get one more win or one more game to hopefully get one more win, but we'll see what happens.